Welcome to the Lion's Den Podcast Network, powered by Stark Roofing. With over 45 years of experience in the roofing and exteriors industry, Stark Roofing is a local, family-owned and operated company that provides excellent customer service and workmanship. Let's Start Roofing. Bring your home back to life. You can give them a call at 636-671-0045 and tell them Spanky sent you. Stark Roofing, proud title sponsor of the Lion's Den Podcast Network and this amazing podcast presentation.
When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
Welcome, everyone, to the Back to the Past podcast. On this episode, we are talking about part 2 of our 2-part series about E.T. the Extra-Terrestrial. My name is Kevin, and I'm joined by
Justin
and
Elliott. Oh, Brad.
And again, we'd like to thank Stark Roofing, All-Star Fence STL for being our title and studio sponsors, as well as Granite Pros LLC, and Terry and the Moon and Back Photography and Doula Services, and of course, Mike Jones of the Lion's Den Podcast Network, in which we are pleasantly proud to be a part of.
I know him.
I went to school with him. I worked with him. I still see him in the morning sometimes at Walmart.
It's a small world.
Very small. For all things Back to the Past podcast related, please visit backtothepastpodcast.com. There you can find ways to provide feedback of our episodes, suggest episode topics, support the sponsors, order your very own t-shirt, and much more, including how to get involved with our social media accounts. Ratings and reviews on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or whichever podcast app that you prefer using are always appreciated, and we do appreciate you telling a friend about the podcast and helping spread the word. So, as we were talking on our last episode, we finished up the part of E.T. himself, and we were getting ready to move into talking about Steven Spielberg, the director, and I guess you would call the brains behind the E.T. film. He had a character in the Sugarland Express from 1974, not something that I had ever heard of, and it featured a real-life sheriff named E.T. Elliott. What a coincidence.
What the hell?
Right, this is like some Stephen King kind of stuff. We're going to stick with the similar playbook.
How about that?
How about that? Holy cow. He was actually working on E.T. and Poltergeist simultaneously, which were made to complement each other, with E.T. representing the suburban dreams, and Poltergeist representing suburban nightmares. One lighthearted, one a little bit more terrifying.
And as I understand, he had a contract thing that said he couldn't direct 2 movies at the same time. So he produced Poltergeist and hired Tobe Hooper to direct.
Oh.
Who's most known for directing Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh.
Although there has been controversy for many years about who actually directed Poltergeist, with some people on set saying, no, actually, Spielberg was actually directing. From what I understand, from all the reading I've done, and Joe Bob confirms this, that Spielberg did second unit stuff, but didn't do the main direction. He like pitched in to help. But Tobe Hooper, it is very much, Poltergeist is very much a Tobe Hooper movie.
Sounds similar to Tombstone with Kurt Russell being rumored to have primarily been the lead focus of directing, as opposed to George Cosmatos, who didn't exactly have the greatest relationship with the people that he worked with.
Yep. George Cosmatos, father of Panos Cosmatos, who directed Mandy. Yeah, just throw that out there.
Since we just saw that in theaters.
We just saw that, and we saw the George Cosmatos Cobra.
It's so good. It's so good.
It's very entertaining.
It's classic 80s film.
I mean, it's
Action-
a canon flick, so
yeah.
what else do you need to know?
Action man doing action things.
Right. I mean, that's where George came from, was that realm.
He cuts a pizza with the scissors.
Interesting.
Because it's what you do.
I guess.
My grandma always did that. Actually.
Well,
Yeah. So
okay.
I got my kitchen shears for cutting my pizza.
that's right. Except, there were that orange handle.
Fiskar.
Yeah.
F-I-S-K-E-R. I know what those were.
Now, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
I know those scissors. My mom had numerous pairs.
Yeah, and if you were using them, she'd be beating your ass. Those are for my sewing.
Because those were very sharp scissors. Very.
Ask me how I know.
I say, did anyone else mess up with the scissors?
Nope. I didn't touch them.
No.
No touchy. No touchy. It is said that Spielberg got the idea for the film from the end of Close Encounters of the Third Kind in 1977 because he wondered what would happen if one of those aliens got stuck on Earth.
I know he had a lot of pressure to make a sequel.
For Close Encounters?
Yeah.
Okay.
And, I mean, that is an interesting idea.
Yeah.
Although we don't really see much of the aliens until the very end.
Yeah. Yeah. That's not the focus.
It isn't. Not at all.
I know.
In fact, I would be fine if they didn't show them at all.
Right.
That's my only complaint of that movie is they showed them at all.
I think I would agree.
I'd be fine if they
It's
just showed like a
more-
bright light and him walking into. That's it.
Yeah, it's more interesting that way. But for E.T., it makes sense.
E.T. totally makes sense.
Because of the circumstance.
Yeah, you
Sure.
got to show E.T.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm glad they didn't make a direct Close Encounter sequel, though.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't make sequels just because.
No. Nope.
Spielberg added the frog scene in the science class because it was based on a similar incident that he was involved in as a child but was never caught for. I would like to know more about that.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Has the statute of limitations expired on that, Steve?
I would think so.
I would hope so.
Because the people prosecuting are probably dead.
Right. Anyone else involved as that was been an adult at the time probably gone.
Speaking of alleged dissection scenes for biology, I'm assuming you had to partake of such things in biology?
Not live creatures. We did owl pellets. See, owl pellet. It's just
spits
like
up the stomach contents.
yeah,
that are
it's
in a
almost
ball.
like a cat that flies. It spits up a hairball. It's got bones in it. You dissect that and you piece together the bones the best you can.
right.
Or
What have you eaten?
later down the line, we did a squid,
Ooh.
which was already dead.
I had to do squid dissections when I was fishing in the ocean. Gotta
Oh.
get up for bait.
But those were our only two. The squid being a little more interesting because it was actually a live creature versus like just a pellet. Yeah.
We didn't get to do any dissections.
I'm
we watched,
shocked.
Yeah, I know. We watched videos of dissection.
Oh, okay. That's the same thing.
Yeah.
A good Christian school
Yeah.
would do that.
We did do dissections of an iris, though.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. We dissected a flower,
Well, I was going to say a little botany.
but not creatures.
Yeah.
We just watched videos of those.
You know, I feel like we did a flower at some point, or talked about all the inner workings. I don't know. Maybe.
I didn't do a dissection in like middle or high school. I did one when I went back to college to finish my associate's degree. We did a frog. It was already deceased.
Really?
Yeah, that was it. It was only
Dang, you're more experienced than we are.
the only dissection I've ever been a part of.
I mean, squid doesn't even have bones.
True.
The owl pellet has bones, but it's not alive. Well, I guess the squid isn't either at that point, but...
I did get to go to a live autopsy, though.
Ooh, that'd have been interesting.
It was at SLU. And it was like an auditorium. And then
Just like in Bugs Bunny.
Kind of. And they had like the body laid out in the front. And
On
they
the
had
stage.
Yep, they had a camera looking down and they showed it up on the screen.
Oh, so you could actually see what
So
the
you could
heck's
actually
going
see
on.
it. And you ready for this part? It was in 3D. You wore 3D glasses.
Ooh,
What
just
the
like the
hell?
movies.
Yeah. I'd never... That was the one and only time I'm like, this is kind of weird, but I can't stop looking.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, alrighty then.
Yeah, that was my reaction as well.
Let's go.
It's a little unsettling.
Yeah.
Was somebody eating a sandwich while doing
Fortunately, no.
Okay.
No.
Just the old trope.
Yep. If you're going to have a dissection in a movie, you got to have someone eating a sandwich.
Yep.
Spielberg shot most of the film from a child's eye level to help further connect with Elliott and E.T.
Oh. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I would say the whole first half.
Yeah,
You
it's
really
shot
don't
at
see any
a
adults.
yeah. It's a lower level. The only adult you see is mother.
Yep.
That's it.
That's kind of brilliant.
Personally screened the film at the White House for President Reagan and Nancy Reagan on June the 27th of 1982.
Lucky.
All right. So Reagan got to see all the movies. We've mentioned stuff like this numerous times about Reagan.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think my favorite is the whole Back to the Future screening.
Yeah.
Whenever he heard that whole about Reagan being president.
Yeah.
And, I guess who's
Jane Wyman.
Yeah, First Lady is Jane Wyman. Is the Vice President Jerry Lewis? And yeah, supposedly he was like, "Oh no, rewind that." What did it say? He heard it again, and he thought it was hilarious.
Yeah. No wonder your president has to be an actor. He's got to look good on television.
Yeah. Back in the days when even if you didn't disagree with them, at least they were normal.
You could at least respect the individual.
Yeah, you could have common ground.
Yes. The only alterations that he has made to the film over the years is when he spent around $100,000 in order to add some additional scenes, make some CGI enhancements to the puppet, and digitally replace the federal agent rifles with walkie-talkies during the Friends escape scene for the 20th anniversary DVD and theatrical release. He regretted using that scene and said that he'd remove it if he ever reissued the film.
I'm assuming he meant the walkie-talkie part.
I'm presuming so.
Some of the digital stuff with ET, it's fine. I don't know that it enhances the movie.
It usually doesn't.
Yeah, usually
only
brings
because
nothing.
I again love the practical, even if it looks silly today.
100%.
I respect it because I know what goes into those kind of things just from watching a lot of the movie magic stuff. The rifle thing is so dumb. It like just, I understand the sentiment maybe behind it.
The thought process makes sense.
It makes sense. I think it's so stupid.
It's dumb, though.
So hopefully he means that part. I don't know that the digital part works too, so I don't know.
In case you're wondering, there is a 40th anniversary 4K release.
Damn it.
Just throwing it out there.
As if I need more things to collect.
Just mentioning.
So it's 4 years old.
Just, smiling.
Yep. And I might need to be correct on this, but I'm pretty sure there's a steelbook too.
Oh.
Jet?
Just maybe, perhaps.
Jet?
For sure, there's a 40th anniversary 4K. I do know that.
It's best I don't look.
Don't worry. One of us will send you a link.
You
Oh,
betcha.
good.
You betcha.
We're always so good at spending each other's money.
You
Damn
betcha.
straight. Got to be good at something.
Yep.
Spielberg decided in 2011 that there would be no more digital alterations of his films and recommended watching it in its original 1982 version.
Could you put in a good word with George to maybe do something similar? I guess it's out of his control.
I
now.
would say, I don't know how much input George has.
He has zero now.
Supposedly, we're supposed to see
That's what I hear.
some re-releases
I hear there is a theatrical version.
for a 50th next
yeah,
year.
That is the rumor.
Yeah.
Huh.
50th anniversary of New Hope.
If they do a theatrical cut, that would do gangbusters.
Oh my God, yeah.
It prints money.
Everyone wants the theatrical cut.
It just prints money.
And another steelbook.
Yes!
If it's theatrical, I'd buy into that.
They can print as many as they want and they will
Buy
still
that
sell.
for $1.
Yep.
I'd buy that for $50.
That's about what it'll be.
Probably.
Yeah. Mickey's got to get a cut.
Dang straight. They got to get
Mickey
something
getting
back
cut.
on their
Mickey's
investment.
getting the whole damn thing.
That's okay. I'll see him later.
Yeah, you'll give him a few bucks.
Yeah.
Here you go, Mickey. Here's an
He's getting
advance.
my money this year anyway.
And Mickey won't starve.
No,
No. I mean, I won't either.
he's not going hungry. Spielberg, go ahead.
I was just going to say wallet will be a little lighter, though.
That's fine.
You only live once, right?
That's right.
That's what they say.
That's what I tell myself.
Spielberg did not want Universal to release the film on home video because he felt that it would cheapen the film's legacy and hinder the potential for theater re-releases. It led to the film being one of the most pirated films of the 80s, which pissed off parents who felt ripped off because of the poor quality. Spielberg gave in and let Universal release it officially for the domestic video market in 1988. So 6 years after release.
So the year I was born.
Ooh.
It's a very common theme I've seen from the 80s. Before they really understood the whole home video market.
Yeah.
How it's essentially a second market.
Yeah.
A lot of people were... It's the same thing with showing sports games on TV.
Oh,
They didn't want to show them on TV because, like, oh, no. If we show them on TV, they won't come to the park and watch the game.
Right.
Makes no sense to me. But
Blackout rules.
right. And that's a whole secondary market for you to capitalize on.
tell me baseball's dying without telling me.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah. The VHS cassette was released in a green plastic in order to help stop the video pirates. It sold over 15 million copies by the end of 1988.
And it's possible my parents bought that before or around when I was born ish. I remember the green.
There you go. All I can say is cha-ching, right, Universal? Cha-ching. 15 million copies because, they weren't $10 a copy back then.
No.
Or 20 or 30, right?
Yeah, maybe a little more now.
Yeah, maybe even more. I don't know.
They used the image of E.T. and Elliott on the bike in front of the moon for his logo of Amblin Entertainment.
When did Amblin come into power, so to speak?
That's a great question.
If only I had looked that up and put that in the notes.
Yeah.
Oopsie.
In case anyone's curious, looked like the VHS E.T. released on October 27th, 1988 had a recommended retail price of $24.95.
Oh,
No, cheaper than I thought.
Under 30.
Yeah, because the
Cardboard sleeve, yeah.
the typical retail VHS in that time was $89.95.
Even if it's like a special edition. Nowadays, it's not even that much.
Right.
VHS in the 80s was stupidly expensive.
It was a weird world, that's for sure.
Well, back then, they were primarily sold to video rental stores, not for home use,
Yes, for video
which is
rental
why they were
purposes.
so expensive.
I see.
Once they hit the 90s, it dropped quickly because the home market took over.
What a time we lived in.
Oh, yeah.
People wanting to buy and
Freaking
own instead of just rent
$90
it.
for a VHS. Weird. Kick rocks.
Yeah.
I would have pirated it too.
Yeah. But to think they sold over 15 million copies in about 3 months. Woo. Fine. Obviously, Christmas helped a lot with that.
Oh, interesting.
Do share.
Amblin Entertainment was founded in 1981.
Okay.
Predates E.T.
It's like they just didn't bother with a true logo, or they changed their logo. Obviously, changed the logo.
Obviously changed.
After it's like, hey, this ET kind of took off. Maybe we should make it the logo of our company.
Our enterprise.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
How about that?
Yep.
You learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Try to.
Yeah. Whether I want to or not.
Also, yes.
Yeah.
So one of the reasons why Dungeons and Dragons is kind of featured in this film is that Spielberg was a fan of D&D and played it when it first came out in 1974. Gary Gygax?
Gary Gygax.
There you go.
Yeah.
That sounds better.
Yeah.
Is the creator of Dungeons and Dragons and was contacted for permission in order to use the game in the film. He refused to let them refer to the name of the game because the stage directions that were sent to him about how it would be used referred to money and cigarettes being on the table, which led him to believe that the kids would be gambling.
I could see that. I fairly recently listened to the Business Wars on D&D.
Okay.
Oh.
Fascinating. Quite fascinating.
I have to listen to that. I haven't listened to that series in a while.
I haven't either.
Same.
It just randomly came up and thought, oh, I haven't listened. And then I saw let's listen to the D&D
Sounds
history.
interesting.
Oh, boy, it was. It was. Do recommend that one.
Yeah. So obviously, if you've seen the film, the money and cigarettes being on the table is because the money was for the pizza.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody was smoking the cigarettes. It wasn't Elliott.
Hey, no.
There's a bit of an inside joke for his friend George Lucas when E.T. acts like he recognizes Yoda because of the costume that a child is wearing on Halloween.
Home.
That is pretty funny.
And then Lucas returned the joke some years later by having the E.T. species amongst the various senators in Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
I want to say it's very low on the screen.
Yes,
Yes.
it's lower right-hand corner,
Yep.
I think.
Yep.
It said. Which, I mean, that's neat stuff because you see that as you're watching Star Wars and you're like, huh, how about that? That's E.T.
What?
Looks like
that
E.T.
I want to say, like, when I saw it in the theater, even, I was like, there's ETs. There's ETs.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a very subtle.
Dotson, we've got Dotson here.
Yeah.
I think that was the Phantom Menace was the first film that I went to a theater and saw by myself.
Oh.
This is interesting because the first movie I went to the theater and saw by myself was episode 3.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Revenge
What are
of
the
the Sith.
odds that the first movies we saw by ourselves were both Star Wars movies?
Right, prequels
They're prequel movies.
of all
even.
things.
You know, I don't know which one I went to as my first.
And I
by
felt
myself.
so uncomfortable doing it
Huh.
because I'd always gone with people, and I'm like, oh.
I mean, it was weird the first time, but since then it's like
Very quickly, I'm like,
Now
I
it's
kinda
like
it.
some ways I'm
You
like,
know what?
this
Screw you
is
guys. I'm going to
great.
go watch it by myself.
It's peaceful.
Yep.
You don't have to wait on anyone. You don't have to check on anyone. Don't have,
You only got your,
you just got
your ticket.
Yep.
Right. If I want to get
the
there,
theaters aren't full.
if I want to get there 20 minutes early, fine.
Oh,
if
and I
want
typically do.
if I want to get whatever snacks I want, fine. I don't have to wait in line for someone to make a decision. Fine.
Yep, I show up stupidly early, get snacks stupidly early, eat all of the snacks before the movie.
And then enjoy and
then
focus
enjoy
on
the
the movie.
movie.
Yep.
Yep.
Popcorn.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
Popcorn, maybe nachos, hot dog.
Nacho cheese to dip the hot dog in.
You betcha.
Pretzel bites?
Pretzel bites to
Anybody?
throw on the ground. But we don't know anyone that's
Nope.
done that.
No.
Nope.
no, not at this table.
Not at this table.
Even though his shirt looks like nacho cheese just about.
Getting hungry.
I say I could go for some nachos now.
Yeah.
The board at Universal approved and bought Spielberg a house, telling him that it was a thank you for making the film that took in more in Bolivia than the show cost, the movie cost, the house cost. Sorry. My typo there threw me off.
It threw me off too.
I've noticed I've had a few typos in my notes over this in part 1. Like, what?
Like, I hope Kevin knows what that means because I don't.
Yep.
But that's pretty wild that the board voted to buy Spielberg a house, because I think he was actually looking to buy a house, so they paid for it because it made more in Bolivia than house cost. Here you go. You earned it. Thank you. You have made a significant improvement in our financial situation here at Universal.
I mean, so the numbers, they should be on their knees worshiping him.
Jesus.
We're not worthy.
Basically.
We're not worthy.
Yeah. 16 weeks at number 1 in theaters for almost a full calendar year.
Yeah.
Made $700-something million worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
Not shabby.
Not too shabby.
He was asked a few years after the flop of Mac and Me from Orion Pictures in 1988 about why he nor Universal legally went after the studio because of the similarities. Spielberg stated that the film was so bad that he did not want to be responsible for making people curious enough to watch it.
A fair point.
It's like,
Fair point.
why draw attention to something that isn't worth watching?
Yeah. It is certainly an interesting movie.
Orion Pictures.
Yep.
Yeah,
Love the logo though.
Oh, it is great. Great logo.
Yep.
But it stops there.
And then you see they made movies like Mac and Me, and you're like, oh, now I see why they kind of went bankrupt. Oops.
Yep. Oops. Mm-hmm. So much potential.
That being said, Mac and Me is a fabulous bad movie to watch for all the wrong reasons.
So Spielberg actually wanted actual ER personnel in the specific roles where E.T. appears to be dying. Alexander Lampone, who is the director of the emergency department at St. John's Hospital in Santa Monica, California, plays the medical character heading the emergency team. It's like they wanted people that actually knew the lingo and the right stuff to be saying. without it feeling forced.
They were very believable. They seemed like they knew what they were doing.
The Transformers will return after these messages.
Get off my lawn! Oh, sorry, sir. I was just grabbing the Frisbee real quick. Get off my lawn! My bad, Mr. Jones. My daughter thought those flowers were okay to pick for her mom. Hey, get off my lawn! I know, but my wife seriously does not know how to park.
So, are you sick of hearing old man Mr. Jones hollering at you all the time? Well, guess what? It's time to get All-Star Fence involved. 0% financing options available for qualified customers and the #1 most trusted name in fencing. All-Star Fence makes sure to provide not only a fence that looks strong, but is strong. Let All-Star Fence give you the privacy and comfort that you deserve at home by calling them today. 636-209-2096 or 618-604-0065. And don't forget to swing by their Facebook page at All-Star Fence STL to see examples of their amazing work. Granite Pros Custom Countertops and more will take care of all your countertop needs inside and out. They specialize in granite, quartz, and quartzite. Kitchens, bathrooms, outdoor grills, interior design applications. They are tops in granite inside or out. Give them a call. 636-275-2840. Find out about the home improvement you've been dreaming of and how it can become a reality. That's with Granite Pros Custom Countertops and more. Find them on Facebook at Granite Pros LLC today. Are you ready for some candid photos? Are you ready for some joyful photos? Are you ready for some vibrant photos? Well, Terry Ann Photography is what you want then. Custom photography specializing in maternity, newborns, families, and high school seniors. You can't be you without being you. Fun, entertaining photo sessions on location with Terry Ann Photography. Call now and book your session today. 314-608-2137. Or you can email at terryannphotography.com. Also, don't forget to check out some of her awesome work on Facebook, Terry Ann Photography.
We now return to the Transformers.
So Henry Thomas, who plays Elliott, during his audition, which was actually held on the set of Poltergeist, he reportedly thought about the day that his dog died so that he could show his sadness. Spielberg apparently cried and offered him the role right there after seeing around 300 kids before Thomas.
I did hear he was basically offered it on the spot.
Yeah. Wow. It's pretty impressive.
I did see a clip of one of the test footages of him.
For auditioning?
Yeah, he looks
very distraught.
Very authentic. It's like, are you sure you're acting?
Yeah. So when Elliott says one of his famous lines, "It was nothing like that penis breath," that was not scripted. He was supposed to just say something insulting, which is also reported to have been shithead instead of penis breath. Dee Wallace's reaction with her laughing was her genuine reaction to the line, even though she was supposed to simply yell at him to sit down.
I did notice that, and I thought, I wonder if that was not supposed to be said.
Yeah, because she kind of giggles,
she does laugh.
and then she's like, sit down.
Right.
But it's also very fitting.
Yeah,
because it's like you want to laugh at something funny your kid said, but it's like you shouldn't. Like, you need to scold them, but it's kind of funny.
Well, and I noticed that with a lot of Spielberg stuff. Like, so Jurassic Park, for instance. The lawyer shows up, they're doing the dig in South America, and he slips on the rocks.
Yeah.
But they keep it in because it's more realistic.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I'm not a parent, obviously.
Me either.
But I have a lot of friends who are parents, and
I'm sorry.
They all say the same thing, where it's like the kid says something, and it's like, I shouldn't laugh, but it is really funny.
Yeah, I just want to laugh my ass off now. But God,
I need to correct them because they should not be saying it, but God, it's funny as hell.
Mm-hmm.
They must be corrected.
Yes. Elliott's last name is never mentioned, but it was later confirmed in a 2015 interview that his last name is Taylor, giving him the initials of E.T.
I don't like it.
I'll allow it.
I don't. It's too basic.
Too basic.
Taylor, too basic.
I like when things line up when they're not supposed to.
Normally I agree, but this one, it's too much.
It's almost like it was intentional.
It's too much.
It's like being named after a sheriff in an earlier film from 74.
That I'm okay with. That I like.
E.T. Elliott.
Yeah, that one I'm okay with because like it's like you have I forget what you call it, where you have like all the buckets with the water and they kind of flow into the next. A lot of his early movies kind of have
That.
because you have Duel, which he did in the 70s with the roar at the sound with the truck going up. The roar is then in Jaws.
Oh, yeah.
So you, like I kind of like that. Like, okay, this one connects to this one, connects to this one.
How things spill over into the
A
next
little
film.
spillage, yeah, that's fun. But this is a little too far. It almost feels like it was thought of later.
Possibly.
I think that's why I don't like it.
I mean,
It was thrown in because, like I said, that it's never mentioned in the
You're
movie.
right.
no.
But in a 2015 interview, it was confirmed.
Yeah,
It's a little whiles after
30 years later.
yeah,
Like,
30 plus
conveniently.
years later.
Actually,
Yeah,
So what's Elliott and his family's last name? Taylor.
yeah, sure. His initials are E.T. Get it? Yeah, grown.
And I didn't realize this when watching the film, but he apparently wears the same style of Nike shoe as Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future.
I did not notice that either.
So this would be a few years before Back to the Future.
whoa.
By about 3.
I guess it makes sense.
Yeah.
They were popular.
And the Star Wars figures that Elliott shows E.T. actually belonged to Henry. He reportedly ad-libbed the majority of that scene.
I mean, talking about Greedo, talking about
Boba Fett. And
Boba Fett, and then the
few
slug
others.
guy. He calls him something else, but it wasn't the correct name. Which is fine. But yeah, that whole little bit, I'm like, I want to
Lando
point at the screen and be
Calrissian.
like, oh, it's the thing.
I'm talking about Star Wars.
He's talking about all the weird characters.
Right.
He's got Star Wars.
Fucking Star Wars. I fucking love Star Wars.
It was still all the rage.
Mm-hmm.
In 82, yeah.
Yeah, when which is, what, a year or so before...
Return of the Jedi.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then a year or so before He-Man, so...
Yep.
Wouldn't have a Princess Bride situation where you might see a He-Man figure in Elliott's room.
Right.
But he would definitely be the kid to have them.
Exactly.
You would think so.
You think so?
Or, when they're watching, E.T.'s watching Sesame Street, I almost feel like if it were a year later, He-Man could have potentially popped up later
Sure.
in the programming.
Yeah, or G.I. Joe,
Yep.
Transformers.
Yep.
Which He-Man predates those too. So
Dang.
a little bit, not a whole lot. They're all...
Predates the cartoon.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So moving on to Drew Barrymore. She was actually the first to be cast. Which
That's interesting.
shocked the hell out of me.
Yeah.
Because, not that her roles is not important at all,
It's not the most important.
but it's not the most important.
No.
I can understand why, the most important might be the one that takes the longest.
Oh, yeah. I see what you
Maybe.
mean.
Yeah, you want that one to be right.
But that is odd that hers would be the first.
I always feel like maybe the mom
Oh, yeah.
or somebody like that would be the first.
Or the older
Somebody that-
brother.
Yeah.
Somebody that works good with kids. And
Or
Right.
Peter Coyote's keys.
That was my second thought.
Arguably not the most important.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. As long as it's believable, it's good enough.
Right. Drew consistently forgot her lines at one point, which led Spielberg to actually yell at her, supposedly. And after finding out that she reported to work with a high fever, he then supposedly felt bad and apologized to her repeatedly while she was crying.
Well,
runs a tough set, do you?
Not used to working with kids at that point. Later on, and clearly, this is early.
Yes, it's early days. And she says that, I don't like his feet. That was Drew ad-libbing and her referring to the wires that were coming out of the puppet.
That's amazing.
Yeah, good.
It works.
Yeah. She also ad-libbed her line when she says, give me a break about only little kids being able to see E.T.
Freaking 5-year-old ad-libbing.
Yeah.
Right.
I could only wish.
Yeah.
Reportedly kept her character's red cowboy hat and kept it in her daughter's room. I mean,
That's cool.
yeah. I like stories of actresses keeping
Something
pieces.
from a cool thing they worked
Yeah.
on or whatever.
One of those that always comes to mind is Kate Blanchett in Lord of the Rings, keeping the hobbit or the elf ears.
That's an interesting choice.
Yeah. She loved the elf ears, so she kept the elf ears.
Man, my mind went somewhere else. Nope. Keeping the elf ears for something else.
Care to expound on that?
Nope. We're going to keep it PG.
No, just because the movie's PG doesn't mean this episode is.
I don't know.
Brad's gone bye-bye, Egon.
Yes.
What have you got?
We're losing them. And she is reported to have really thought that the alien was real, and her tears at the end are genuine.
She does look very...
Distraught.
Yeah.
Broken up about it. Mm-hmm. She would talk to the puppet during lunch, and Spielberg would have some puppeteers continue animating it during the lunch break for her.
That part I did know.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Like, that's great. Entertain the kid on lunch. Like, she's 5. Just do it.
Or however old she was.
It's like talking to your Teddy Ruxpin,
God.
Well, he talked, though.
which I would not have any experience with when I was that age.
No, of course not. What, you didn't put a metal...
Black Sabbath tape?
Yeah, Black Sabbath.
If I was older, I definitely would have.
Yeah, okay.
A
Yeah.
non-official tape.
Yeah, no. It would have never occurred to me when I was that age.
Nope.
Now, I'd be going to every used tape place in the city to get whatever weird stuff I could have to put in there and try it out.
Put some Rob Zombie in there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, especially.
Everything.
Some 2 Live Crew.
You betcha. You got some late 60s psychedelic rock from, I don't know, Burma? Boy, let's try it.
God, could you imagine that if a child would have stumbled upon their dad's 2 Live Crew tape, put it in Teddy Ruxpin, and took it to school for show and tell? Pop it.
Yes.
Pop it, Miss Teacher.
Instant call from the principal.
Yeah. Are you sure you have the right Elliott? He's been drinking. No, he's been playing with Teddy Ruxpin.
No, your Teddy Ruxpin's been drinking.
Yeah. He's saying very inappropriate things.
Yeah.
He's got tattoos now.
We run a tight ship here.
So moving on to Robert McNaughton, who plays Michael. He auditioned 8 times for that role. Michael. Like, so you just keep coming around and auditioning 8 times, or was this like a really close neck and neck? Who's going to get it?
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. 8 auditions.
I mean, I guess it's a good sign if they allow you to keep coming back.
Yeah.
And he did end up getting it.
He did a good job.
I thought he was great.
Yeah. He was given driving lessons for the film because he has to drive the van in the last act. But in those driving lessons, I think he had never been taught how to drive in reverse. So when he scratches the car early in the film when backing down the driveway, that was a real accident. And he thought that he ruined the scene. Spielberg, however, thought that it's pretty natural and kept it in.
And he does that so often in his films where something will happen. Character does something.
Mistake.
Little mistake, but he leaves them in and it feels more natural. And I cannot express how much I appreciate that.
That's that 70s director. Whatever's real, let's leave it in.
You know?
That's why I love the 70s movies.
Yeah.
Technically, they're mistakes.
Right.
But it feels real.
But the mistake feels real because that's what would happen in real life.
Yep, and he even made the comment in the movie, I've never driven forwards before. He's always just backed it down the driveway.
Yeah. It's funny that, again, he's backing it down the driveway. Mom tells him, and not a foot past the driveway. Because he backs the car all the way out into the driveway, and he kind of like looks out, and he's like...
Oops.
So then he pulls forward a little bit, looks, backs up.
And then Gertie's like, oh, look what Michael did. Yeah. He's got here and here. Oh, yeah, when I catch him.
Mm-hmm.
Typical little sister fashion.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You wouldn't know anything about that.
That's why she gets pictures of E.T.
Thinking of you.
Yep.
So Robert says that the ending that made the film was not the actual scripted ending. It was supposed to be of all the boys playing Dungeons and Dragons with Elliott as the dungeon master, with the camera panning up to the roof to show that the communicator that E.T. built was still working and Elliott was still in contact with E.T.
I kind of like that.
I do too, actually.
I totally see why they went with what they did, but
yeah,
I kind of like that too.
Mm-hmm. I think either would have worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How often do we say that?
Not very often.
Yeah.
Right. I thought this was interesting about the Friends of Michaels. They represent the 3 wise monkey maxim for see no evil, hear no evil, and speak no evil. Steve wearing sunglasses, Greg wearing headphones, and Tyler with the balaclava covering his mouth.
Ski mask.
Yeah, makes sense.
You know, now that you mention it, because I remember seeing all and I thought that's very odd choices. That totally makes sense now.
It sure does now. I will look for it next time.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I had no idea. I'm like, that's interesting.
Like the sunglasses I didn't really pay attention to, but the headphones really stuck out.
They really
and
did.
the balaclava really stuck out.
And
yeah.
Headphones, wireless, 80s.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah. That's interesting.
So Dee Wallace, who plays the mom, says that fans always refer to her at conventions as E.T.'s mom or the mom from E.T., which makes sense.
Yeah.
It's probably how I feel most people would know her, but, you know, she had plenty of other roles.
Or Cujo.
Yes.
If you're into the horror thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm
Weird
sure
films for fear. That's all, folks.
Weird films for weird people?
Weird films for film weirdos.
Yeah, film weird. That's it. Yeah.
I can see that, though. I mean, with E.T. being as successful as it is, I'm sure that's probably number one to most people.
Oh, yeah.
It's still pretty wild, though. Completely unplanned was for her to cry when Elliott tells her that his father is in Mexico with Sally. did not want the kids to see her cry, so she got up from the table, which, when Spielberg found out, he had set builders add a separate wall with a sink so that a new shot of Mary at the sink could be incorporated into the scene with her emotional reaction.
That's a really good moment.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, and good moment in many ways, right? Because you have younger son talking to mom, not realizing that he's what he's saying,
Put his foot in his mouth.
and then older brother being like, "You only think of yourself," in a older brother way. It's pretty real.
Oh yeah, I mean, how many family movies, especially in this time, where you don't see the traditional nuclear family?
Right.
Correct.
Like the father is absent because he's left, and your mom's having to raise. You don't see that much.
He hates Mexico.
Apparently not.
I guess not.
It's like the character Larry Mondello on Leave It to Beaver. His dad was always on business in Cincinnati.
That's true.
I'm sure he was.
So mom was always home with Larry and his sister. But you never saw his sister either. And then you didn't see Larry anymore after a while. Larry and his mom disappeared. Which was a shame because Mondello was a good character. Always eating his apples. Always wanted to eat food.
So
Relatable.
unfortunately,
Yeah.
Where did those bags of Reese's Pieces go?
Speaking of Reese's Pieces,
there you go.
their sales skyrocketed thanks to their placement in the film.
Shocking.
Yeah.
Right? The Mars Company refused the filmmaker's request to use M&Ms in the film because E.T. was so ugly that he'd likely frighten children.
Dum 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 dum.
Yeah. And this led to more and more product placement in movies, even though Superman in 1978 showed Cheerios, and Love at First Bite in 1979 showed Tab Cola on a shelf.
Missed
Can
opportunity.
you put that on my tab? Well, I can't
Right.
put it on a tab until you order something. All right, I'll take a Pepsi free. I can't give you a Pepsi.
So, yeah, if you want something, you're going to have to pay for it. The novelization still referred to the candy as M&Ms, however. And Spielberg was reportedly given a lifetime supply of Reese's Pieces.
What a lucky person.
Well, he would apparently get about 100 cases every year just before Halloween and is tired of them.
You know,
He and his family are fucking tired of them.
give them away. It's fine.
That's what he's done. They give
But
them out
also-
at Halloween, and there are people at
Anytime
Amblin.
you get curious, there they are.
But you know what they are.
If I had a lifetime supply of something,
Of any candy.
of anything,
Oh, true.
I mean, you share the wealth with whoever you got.
Yeah.
Right.
If you need a break,
And then jump back in
then
whenever you
jump
want.
back in whenever you want.
Yep. Donate them.
Right,
I would love to have these problems.
right. These are problems that I dream about having.
There are two Yoda references. The first is when Mike talks like Yoda. And this,
You have absolute power? Yes.
and this was reportedly Henry's idea for him to do the voice because Richard would do it between takes frequently. Apparently he was, good at it. So, hey, you're good at it. Do it in the film.
Well,
Second is a kid wearing a Yoda costume during Halloween, and you can hear the Yoda theme from Empire Strikes Back. Both films, of course, were scored by Mr. John Williams.
I do really like that. Or he runs into that kid and you go down.
Home, home, home.
Come on! Corey Feldman, we talked about on our Stand By Me episode, was almost in this film as well as Elliott's school nemesis named Lance, but the role was eliminated after script rewrites. Spielberg felt bad letting him go and promised him a part in his next planned film, which was Gremlins in 1984. Then was cast in The Goonies for 85, which was executive produced by Spielberg.
Dang.
Mm-hmm. So, he had a good run there.
Oh, yeah.
So he does Gremlins 84, Goonies 85, Stand By Me 86.
Does a Friday 13th in 84 also.
So
Dang.
some bangers.
Which was supposed to be the last Friday the 13th, by the way.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
No, because the next year they came out with part 5.
The King of Pop, Michael Jackson, recorded music to accompany the storybook album and actually won a Best Recording for Children Grammy for it in 1984. That was one of the 8 Grammys that he won that night from 12 nominations. Jackson stated that he was most proud of that one. So I think there was like a big thing with, Thriller also coming out at that time.
Oh, yeah. That was
so the studio behind Thriller said, okay, he can do some stuff.
Do more.
Yes, but can't conflict with what we're doing here with Thriller because we want all the push behind that. Mm-hmm. Somebody broke a rule somewhere because something came out and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And Jackson also reportedly owned one of the actual E.T. puppets.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he had some money.
Hey,
especially at that time.
You don't say.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Especially at that time. There's no real sequel to E.T., but Spielberg had written a proposed script for one in the summer of 1982. It was intended to take place on E.T.'s home world, but he decided to scrap it.
And enter the ride, where halfway through the ride, you do end up on their home world.
Ooh. In 2019, the cable company Xfinity created a commercial where E.T. returns to Earth and visits an adult Elliott who is now all grown up, and his family. I think a boy and a girl.
Was that like a Super Bowl commercial?
It sounds like something that they would have done, but I think this was around Christmas time.
Oh.
It's a good commercial. I watched it today. I was
going to say, I'll have to pull that back up.
Yeah, it was actually pretty well done. They take a picture and hang it on the fridge and all that good stuff. The film features not one, but 2 child actors who went on to pose for Playboy magazine.
What?
Yep. Erica Elliott, who is Elliott's cute girl in the classroom.
Oh no.
She posed in July of 1989, and then Drew Barrymore followed in January 1995.
I need an adult.
That's kind of probably what David Letterman thought when she jumped on his desk and flashed her titties on live TV.
I forgot about that. Yeah, that was
scandalous.
That was something.
Yeah. That was before Talk Show Drew.
Oh, yeah. I want to say that was before Wedding Singer also.
Yeah, it was.
Because, her career was dead by that point.
Yeah, she was kind of going through some drug alcohol issues. Yep. As most child stars unfortunately do.
Yep.
Yay, what a fun one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, Wedding Singer, Adam Sandler was like, hey, why don't you be in the... And that kind of started her career over.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah, so I think most people know Erica from Baywatch.
Oh, as in which character?
I forgot what her character's name is. It's not CJ, that was Pam Anderson.
Right.
And it's
Hard to
obviously
misplace her.
It's obviously not Mitch. That's David Hasselhoff.
Well, two down.
I was very confused.
Or Hobie. That's Mitch's son. Then you have,
E.T., be good.
it's not the only thing going up and down. But anyway. Moving on to the infamous Atari 2600 game.
Never heard of it.
Woo-wee. What
What'd they do? Bury it in the desert?
Funny you should say that.
There's a documentary about that.
Yeah.
There was a $20 to $25 million licensing fee paid by Warner Communications to adapt the film into a game via its subsidiary, Atari, which that amount equates to around $67 to $83 million in 2026 when adjusted for inflation.
Damn.
Oh boy.
Woo. Apparently there was even talk of an arcade game, but there was no way to have that ready in such a short time. Spielberg personally chose Howard Scott Warshaw to program the game after he had done the Raiders of the Lost Ark game in 1981. But Warshaw was only given about a month or so in order to complete it, so that it would be ready for release in the December 1982 holiday season.
Yeah, the time frame there, I think, is the most important thing.
Oh, yes.
To learn from this, because it's nearly impossible, and yet they still pull off something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, nowadays, how long does it take to get out an average game?
Oh, my God.
Years?
Grand Theft Auto 6.
I was going to say Grand Theft Auto 6.
Multiple console generations.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well,
360.
went from 360, skipped
360,
one.
PS3.
And Series X.
Series X at the, well, presumably the end to come out later this year.
Yeah, I think they're still targeting November.
I pity the fool.
Yeah, that's tough. And I have the Raiders of the Lost Ark game, and I remember trying to play it and didn't know. Again, another one of those, what the fuck do I do here?
Yeah.
You have to
There's
watch.
so many of those old games that, like, you really need to know what you're supposed to do.
Especially Atari.
Atari, for sure.
Gotta watch YouTube for that now.
A side quest here, the TI-99 also.
Anything
Similar concept.
from Commodore 64 and
Oh, yeah.
television, Coleco,
Yeah.
any of those, you really had to know what you were doing.
Yeah.
Some NES even.
Agreed. Especially the early stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spielberg was not too enthused about the concept that Warshaw had when he was presented it and wanted it to be more like Pac-Man.
What?
Warshaw later stated that the Pac-Man style game might have had merit.
Is E.T. eating Reese's Pieces?
Probably.
Oh.
Just running around eating Reese's Pieces and escaping from the government.
Scientist
people.
guys
Yeah.
Aren't we all escaping from the government?
Yeah.
escaping from hazmat guys in NASA suits. Wearing keys.
Yeah. So obviously a bad aspect of things. Another bad decision in this whole thing is that Atari skipped the normal audience testing due to time limitations.
Yeah.
Oops.
There is an important reason to have testing.
Yes, to make changes.
Uh-huh.
However, it still sold over 2.6 million copies by the end of 1982, but over 669,000 were returned in 1983, with one retailer saying that it was mostly grandmothers buying the game. Obviously buying the game for the grandkids.
Uh-huh.
Oh, this'll be good for little Johnny.
They like that Alien movie.
Mm-hmm. Even though that boy says penis breath in it.
Little Jimmy didn't like it, so I'm gonna return it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would never happen today.
Yeah,
Sorry, it's open. Kick rocks.
pretty much.
Yep. It is estimated that between 10 and 20 semi-trailer truckloads of Atari boxes, cartridges, and systems from an Atari storehouse in El Paso, Texas, were crushed and buried in a landfill in Alamogordo, New Mexico. This ended up being proven in April of 2014 when parts of this and other Atari games and materials began being uncovered during an excavation for a documentary by Fuel Industries.
And what a great documentary.
It's really good.
It's got Major Nelson in it.
It's a really good one.
That was like one of the great gaming urban legends for a long time.
Yep.
Well, had a better ending than Al Capone's Vault by Geraldo.
Yeah.
At least you found what you're looking for.
Yep. There is resolution.
Yep. The Smithsonian Institution added an excavated cartridge to their collection in December 2014, and even the Henry Ford Museum added several cartridges and other items from the excavation, including dirt from the landfill in 2015.
I think I might have seen both now.
Yeah.
Dang.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, the Henry Ford Museum, by the way, underrated.
I've heard it's amazing.
Highly suggest go see.
Yeah. So, while I was watching the movie, I did have some notes about, how the movie opens with a look at the spacecraft, seeing multiple ETs. Ford must have been a sponsor since they show numerous Ford pickups looking for the ship.
They're not all Fords.
Oh, okay.
There's a Chevy Blazer in there, too. Yeah.
E.T. somehow gets left behind, I guess because he'd wandered off and...
Gets distracted by the Valley of City.
Yeah. And, of course, then all the people that are showing up, the aliens left on the ship's like, we gotta get the fuck out of here. So they take off without him.
It's like that scene in Close Encounters where, like, the townsfolk go up to the one pass to watch, and then you see the ships go by. I swear it's the same people that show up in this movie. Like, oh, we gotta chase the aliens.
Could very well be. And when ordering the pizza at the beginning, one of them yells out that they want a pizza, quote, without the little fishy things.
Oh,
Same.
Right.
no, that's wrong.
See, I knew there'd be one.
Everyone's entitled to their wrong opinion.
Well, you're going to have to tell a whole country, and it's called Japan because they love fishies.
I love fishies too, but not on the pizza.
Yes.
That's the only line I draw with pizza.
So you're saying Michelangelo was right.
The pizza delivery person driving a little hatchback like in Home Alone.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I have what that is. It's a 1979 VW Rabbit.
Sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
Also, how interesting is it that not only does it not drive up the driveway, but they have to go down the driveway to the car to get the pizza?
It looked like he was just playing at the end of the driveway waiting for the pizza. I don't know.
Because you think they would, like, at least walk up to the door.
Because it's dark.
Because it's dark.
Yeah, kid shouldn't be down on the street.
You deliver to the door.
It's the 80s. Nothing bad's going to happen.
That's true.
That's-
Being kind of in a cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
In a way. I don't know. Calling each other a douchebag. Interesting dialogue for a PG-rated film.
Yeah.
I mean...
Well, it's 80s PG.
True, which is a different style of PG than 2026.
Yeah, it's the pre-PG-13.
Trash falling down as E.T. runs from Elliott. I already mentioned about Mom laughing it off when Elliott drops the penis breath remark. And it's a good thing that E.T. isn't allergic to peanut butter.
Yeah. What a nice way to find out.
Yeah.
That would have been a short movie.
Yes. Gertie is the typical little sister, tattling being a smartass.
That sounds right.
Yeah. Elliott, Star Wars toys, talking about Pez. So, again, 2 films that we've covered now that have talked about Pez.
Maybe I'll need to revisit Pez.
Pez are good.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
I do remember them being pretty awesome.
They are good.
You think they're going to be just little Smarties, but they're better.
Yeah.
They're
Way
Smarties
better.
Plus.
Yeah.
Elliott calling the dog Harv, which is short for Harvey in this instance.
What a great dog name.
Yeah.
Of course, when I think Harvey, I think of the Invisible Rabbit James Stewart movie. From the, I guess it was 1950.
Yeah. Still can't get over E.T. getting drunk on Coors Light and Elliott happening to feel it while at school.
I mean,
E.T. playing with the speak and spell. Kids,
did you have a speak and spell,
I did not.
Justin?
Nope.
No.
Obviously, I'm too young.
I always wanted one. But I never had one. I also wanted one of those little Professor Owl calculators. Those are neat. Nope, didn't get that. Everybody calls me spoiled. Didn't always get what I wanted. Letting the frogs go and the girl frozen with all of them around her feet. She's the one that had the braid pigtails, yeah.
Yep.
She's just like
Wasn't
frozen.
Oh,
Careful.
knocking shit around.
Careful, boss.
Wasn't she holding two?
She
well?
was holding frogs,
Yep.
and they were surrounding her feet as well.
I'm really curious the filming setup for that.
Yes.
Here,
How many
hold
takes
this.
Did this take?
Yeah. Elliott kissing Erica, the girl based on the movie that E.T. was watching. Mom.
The one that did the adult things later.
Yes, appeared in Playboy.
Okay, just making sure.
Yes.
I need an adult.
What, to buy it for you? I'm sure you can find a copy on eBay.
Nope.
Or heck, you just go to an antique mall these days. They sell plenty of them in there.
Nope.
It's pretty crazy how that happens.
I don't think that computes.
Maybe Facebook Marketplace.
You can start a whole new collection.
Yeah, go with your Pokemon cards.
I don't
You're
think
right.
so. That's nope.
And magazines take up too much room. I get it.
We'll go with that.
Especially when everything's on the internet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you don't even need to buy it.
Yep.
Just punch it in.
Yep.
Let's see. Mom hitting E.T. with the door to the fridge, knocking him over, loving it. Gert telling Mom she killed him. E.T. dressed like a girl by Gertie. Mike wanting to go dressed as a terrorist. Doesn't play well these days.
Especially these days.
Yeah, I guess I should put that. What doesn't hold up?
20 years later, a few things have happened.
Yeah.
Maybe he wants to dress up as a Libyan terrorist from Back to the Future.
With uranium. Or what?
Plutonium.
Plutonium, yes. Not uranium. That's another.
Sure, it's available at any corner drugstore.
So the sounds that E.T. makes when he's coming back to life sounded like red rum
Yeah.
with the voice.
Yeah. And getting a little more excited as he goes.
Elliott.
Because he's covered in the plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Phone home.
The escape scene with Mike driving the van, and again had never driven forward before. And the ship leaving a rainbow when taking off at the very end.
How progressive.
Very, yes. Very LGBTQ friendly.
That was before.
Yes.
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
All right, Brad, what kind of notes do you have here?
Well, the freaking special effects are amazing.
Especially for the time period.
Especially for the time period. The matte painting of presumably a version of LA that we're looking upon. Amazing. And yeah, it's just really kind of before that digital era, you know, Jurassic Park and all the groundbreaking stuff. Not that I don't like it. It's just, it's a little different, and I appreciate the work that went into this movie. Speaking of those cars that showed up when E.T. and the homebodies land, there's the 1975 Chevy Blazer as well as the 1978 Ford Broncos that all kind of show up, hunting and looking for what may have landed. Let's see. Oh, I would love to live wherever Elliott and family lived in SoCal. Damn.
The weather looks nice.
It sure does. It looks perfect just about every day. As mentioned, the 1979 VW Rabbit delivers the pizza. Wish we knew how much the pizza was, though. I was curious.
I was curious, too.
Yeah, I mean, the kid's coming up with the money because they're buying the pizza without mom knowing.
Mm-hmm.
Pizza? Who ordered a pizza? Who said you could order a pizza?
Or playing D&D. Why wouldn't you?
Never noticed the one friend reaching for the mom's butt
Oh, yeah. That.
as the son shouts, "Stop it!"
Yep. That jumped right out at me.
I was like, okay,
That's
well,
something.
that's...
On the other hand, I mean, normally when you're doing that with the dishwasher, you're like facing it, but she's like way off to the side.
Yeah.
It's a little strange.
I mean, it sets up the gag.
Yep.
And again, as we went through 2 bags of Reese's Pieces, this movie always makes me want Reese's Pieces. I can't imagine why.
King size bags.
Well, I had to feed 3 people.
Yeah.
Is that a fat joke?
For one of us.
This guy.
What are you trying to say? A little pudgy?
Yeah.
Vern from Stand By Me?
Also, I love Elliott's blinds. Oh, the multicolor blinds that he has. Never would own them, never would buy them, but loved them growing up. I thought they were really cool.
You been watching HGTV again?
No. That's too much color for HGTV.
Oh.
They're black, white, and gray, as far as I know.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, where did I leave off? Oh, yeah, the only dissections that we ever did, as discussed earlier, were the owl pellets and squid. The beer scene where E.T. gets drunk. I still, to this day, I think it's pretty funny. As a kid, I thought it was hilarious. And, I mean, there was nothing more funny than E.T. getting drunk and getting hit by things or falling over in the middle of the kitchen. I still think it's funny. The Charlie Brown-esque nature that we talked about of the many adults, especially the teacher during the frog episode. The Sesame Street clips shown in the movie were from likely both of the Star Wars episodes, episode 1316 and episode 1364. And these are all potential, because I couldn't find a definitive, so take that with a grain of salt, I suppose. But it would fall in line because they are Star Wars episodes of Sesame Street. Ironically, Mom is reading Peter Pan, which is one of my sister's favorites. But as mentioned, she is very scarred from E.T. I think this kind of funny.
The irony is strong.
Yeah, very much so. The 1975 Ford Econoline shows up as one of those government spy vans. And, another one of the Econoline vans show up when, they make the getaway, and I've never driven forward before. The iconic moonshot with E.T. and Elliott. Again, wearing it. It's on the disc here. It's freaking everywhere.
People who've never seen the movie know that shot.
Yeah, exactly. NASA, again, it just feels like they're almost the bad guy, at least initially. And I can't remember any other time where NASA's the bad guy. Usually they're the good guys, so it's weird. So it really stuck out this time, especially since Artemis 2 just happened, for what that's worth. And, as you mentioned earlier, Keyes seems to recognize himself in Elliott, but he kind of actually just says it out loud. I don't know that I ever thought about that too much before, but being a little older, I guess I feel that a little bit about recognizing yourself in somebody younger. I don't know. Let's see. Arguably the climax of the movie is where all of the kids escape on the bikes, cross the way, back to the clearing, and then the spaceship lands and blah, blah, blah. I mean, what a great climax.
Yeah.
What a great chase scene. And then, as discussed at the first episode, E.T. just almost feels like an allegory of childhood and growing up. Elliott wants to keep E.T. and grow up with him, but ultimately that's just not possible because E.T. just likely can't live here. And in the same way, we just can't stay young forever. So
Plus, he's got family to go back to.
right.
Yeah. He's 10 million years old.
My God.
He's got a life somewhere.
Yeah.
And that's about where we're wrapping up for me.
Yeah, I have a few notes of a few things we've discussed before, but one thing that jumped out watching it this time, which This Island Earth is one of the movies that was on the TV, which every time I see, that was the movie that was shown on Mystery Science Theater 3000, the movie. Which I don't remember. I'm assuming it did play theatrically, but not much. But that was the movie that they had in that, so that just jumped right out. It's the when they're watching TV and you see the couple in the plane and there's like a spaceship beaming down. It's that.
Okay.
I always forget it's Halloween, but I will probably forget again.
Same.
Even though I know they're in the outfits and dressed up, and it never.
Even though I've watched it 100 times.
Sure. One thing I found fascinating is the dog just kind of disappears from the movie.
Yeah. Very short screen time.
Yeah. Some very amusing moments where the dog's very confused by E.T.
Pops in here and there, pops in at the end. He's like, oh, I'll come with you. Oh, wait, no, I won't.
Yeah. It's just kind of like, we have a dog in the movie? What?
I mean, at least in Gremlins, the dog interacted with Gizmo.
Yeah.
And cowered from the Gremlins.
Oh, yes. And that wonderful little chase scene at the end with Gizmo in the car, and the dog was like, oh, my God.
Yep.
Yeah. I was happy that the version I watched actually had the guns and not the radios.
Yes. Rifles, not walkie-talkies.
Guessing that the that digital version, which again appears in front of me, doesn't appear very many places.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's interesting. I also appreciate
it's a curiosity.
Yeah, I also appreciate that they have the original release.
I like options.
Yes.
As long as, like, I might not agree with the change.
Correct.
But I appreciate having the option for it. Some other filmmakers could do well to learn to have options.
Gee, I wonder who you could be talking about.
Wouldn't be one of Spielberg's friends or anything.
No.
One of the complaints I do have is the Keys character suddenly dropping that whole bombshell about, oh yeah, I've always wanted this my whole life, and it came to me before, and I want to do, like, there is no setup for that at all.
Yeah.
There is no foreshadowing. It just kind of plops on you late in the movie, when up until this point, all you see is his hip and his keys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with all of that part. It's just the whole bombshell of, like, I'm on your side because I wish I was you, and I wish this is happening to me. I wish that was something to set that up.
What in the
On the other hand, I don't know that they could because of the way that they framed him before with the keys and the imposing and
what in the government is going on?
Kind of, yeah. Like, I don't know that that's something that you can actually fix. I think that's something that, like, you're kind of stuck with.
Yep.
But by doing that, it kind of comes out of nowhere. That's one thing that never really worked for me. But on the other hand, it's Peter Coyote, and he's awesome in everything he does.
Yeah,
so, yeah,
that's true.
Whatever.
That's true.
Yeah, I enjoyed the movie way more this time than I have in the past. Which is weird.
Especially being a little older.
Yeah. And I'm still not a fan of sentimental Sam Raimi movies. Probably less so now than I ever was before.
Yeah.
And yet I kind of enjoyed it more this time than previous viewings.
If you're watching the original, there's a lot of great shots and a lot of heart and hard work put into it.
Oh, yes. And I hate to say it, but I think I prefer the first half of the movie to the second half.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
More mystery, more
and
intrigue.
I mean, it's like Lord of the Rings, right? The first movie is better than the second two.
Yeah, first movie for me is by far my favorite.
Yeah, it's always about going on the adventure and not necessarily where that takes you or where you end up.
Yep. Sometimes the resolving of it is, it's fine.
It's fine, yeah.
Independence Day, same thing. I love the whole first half more than the second half.
Oh, yeah.
Them showing up, the imposing, the fear.
Seeing them.
Going
to their ship.
And then, like, the whole second half where it's like, we're figuring stuff out. And, it's getting... I don't care about any of that.
No, that's fair. Again, we were talking about Lawrence of Arabia, where that first half is super strong.
Yep.
And then that second half, it just kind of meh.
Yeah, it's a little more meh. That is funny, though, with the kid with the finger on the backside, though. That almost feels like it's improvised.
I know.
Very.
Because it's so, like, what is that kid doing? Don't do that. It's the mom.
What the dog doing?
Or how some part, where'd the dog go?
Well, Brad, if you are curious, the cost of the 4K Ultra HD version, plus Blu-ray and digital code of E.T. the Extra-Terrestrial, is only $13.99 on eBay. From Groove, Gruv Entertainment, which is like a legit website company. It's only $14.
It's like throwaway money. That's cheaper than food these days.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And get it between Saturday, May the 2nd and Tuesday, May the 5th.
Well, look at that. I could have it next week.
You can have it Saturday.
That won't happen.
You never know.
But it could.
Not with that attitude.
That's right. Before you know it, it could be here.
Interesting. Like there's 2 different versions.
Oh.
There's like that version, that cover.
That looks like the plastic one.
Yeah. I mean, this doesn't say anything about a steel book. It's probably just like a sleeve.
Yeah. Hard to say. They both look plasticky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that makes it look like it's a sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, if you would like to upgrade your copy, it's always an option for you, sir.
It sure looked nice on the shelf.
Oh, boy.
Yes, it would. Yes, it would. But no, E.T., definitely a classic. 44 years at this point. It's crazy. I was 6 when this came out.
I wasn't here.
Nope.
Nope.
It wasn't even a thought yet.
Nope.
I just finished kindergarten.
I think my parents might have just went to their honeymoon in Disney World.
But no, if you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend watching it at least once. Maybe it's for you, maybe it's not.
It's not high on my list.
Yeah, it's not.
That being said, I definitely say it's worth a watch.
I'd pick it up wherever it was if it was flipping channels and just like, oh, it's on. I don't know if I'd go out of my way to fire it up from the beginning.
I mean, I have it digitally. I have it in regular DVD.
Pretty soon,
maybe
4K
soon.
Blu-ray.
Stay tuned for the more.
Oh.
And thank you all for listening to our 2-part series on E.T. the Extra-Terrestrial.
The benevolent alien.
Yes. Again, I would like to thank Stark Roofing, All-Star Fence, STL for being our title and studio sponsors, as well as Granite Pros, LLC, Terry and the Moon and Back Photography and Doula Services, and of course, the Lion's Den Podcast Network, headed up by Mr. Mike Jones. BackToThePastPodcast.com to provide your feedback, suggest future episode topics, our sponsor links, t-shirt links, social media links, and different ways to listen to the podcast. Ratings and reviews on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or whichever podcast app that you prefer are always appreciated. And we do appreciate you telling a friend and spreading the word about the podcast. All right, thanks, fellas, for working through this long evening of recording. It's been fun, and I look forward to talking with you all again next time when we get back from the past.
I'll be right here.
Maybe an elf or a leprechaun.
It was nothing like that, penis breath!
Elliott! Sit down.
The Lion's Den Podcast Network, powered by Stark Roofing. With over 45 years of experience in the roofing and exteriors industry, Stark Roofing is a local, family-owned and operated company that provides excellent customer service and workmanship. Let's Start Roofing. Bring your home back to life. You can give them a call at 636-671-0045 and tell them Spanky sent you. Stark Roofing, proud title sponsor of the Lion's Den Podcast Network and this amazing podcast presentation.